ngeen jëf di leen dalal fii si Gambian Talents TV ni leen koy defee saa su ne di leen andil your favorite show di Celeb show jamono ji ñu andil leen bi ki nga xamante ne mooy Hussain Dada. Hussain Dada nuyu ne la nuyu wante askan wi.
Assalamu alaikum. Moome be mon jibe kan right now. Mbal be content na. Shout out to all the viewers. Allah bolo Hussain Dada being from the Bejang. So stay tuned. It's about to go down.
Okay. Maybe comme mo len ko waxe won ci jël ben bi rek andamu ci yebo ci la ku ñu ci ba max ñu dem fancy den ko de oyé Bad Boy Dada back in 2022 bum daan launch nga xamantene moy albumam ci 2021 2022 ba 2023 ki di Hussain Dada mu dalé start music in 2016 mom nak mu am ay wajur bu goor ak bu jigen yi nga xamantene ay muslim len den ci yalla ki nga xamantene moy papam amu dalé ñak adunam ñu dalé ko ñaanal yalla xare ko aljana atté ko ci yermande mom nak mu nekkon ci famille bi nga xamantene xamuton ne sa daf doon def li nga xamantene moy musique ñu daldi jakkalo ñi nga xamantene rek moy suñu natango di Hussain Dada ñu daldi ko laajte Hussain Dada lan moko dugalon ci musique gannaaw bi nga xamantene ñu bari nangunton nga def musique
well actually music lu xamone la ne dama ko bëggon depuis bu ma nekkon xalé so da nga gis ne tamit dama am ay family member yo am ne tamit mu doon def music te lu bari daal ci mom la ko jangé so da nga gis ne music lu xam ne tamit dama ko like kon depuis xalé so depuis high school dama doon defantu music ni rek comme caahan nga but like time no one na mu meeting nga ma warona by music school bi for 2 years that was for now depuis 2013 14 15 then 2016 la decide ne comme music daal dama ko bëggoon def carrière so ci la doron di ko def comme music dara la loo xam ne comme dama ko like from dama ko yagal like
in 2016 you started music what are the challenges that you face
well actually the first one would be with my family, you know, because like my I'm the most important person in my life. The nagis ne come mom, that's not a way bumbugadal doman mujelo whatever like the nagis ne come that kind of made it a little bit difficult for me. She started process bobonulu, but as time goes on, even though I'm still she's not in with it, but gis na ki ne ko dia habopam ne ko nit mu ngi ci mom diko wone comme ki dafa nan sangara wala dafa li so at the end of the day for now lu moko convince ne okay ba ma ba ko mu def ko mom time bu pare mom ci bopam nako baye because like maybe temporary thing like that yeah so lolu number one challenge bi la won and then challenges tamit ak finance bi I guess ne time bu nonu tamit nga pour fay pour video ak lolu yeah so la gis ne comme time bu nonu tamit comme dafa metti won dal nga about ngi sante yalla because like nga su metti wuton tay nga duñ xam naka len ko yobé so like it's always better for you to start in a hard way so you can actually know how to carry yourself along the line.
So in those days, how do you face with the critics? Naka nga def face ñi naan Hussain li la ñi naan do dem ñi naan dina dem naka nga ko don dundé
well actually those days dal among critics nonu dal you know those days all luma dey am rek mo nekk ne comme people supporting the music yeah mu ngi try nga nañ try ni ko jappalé am nga see a way lu xamné mom tamit dina mëna make something out of this you know different from légui ne comme you are well established artist dama feel like ne as an upcoming artist critics yi ndé bari nonu ana su féké ni comme yow comme su nekké comme ida da nga problématique o dafa fekk ne mënu lolo nekk di def but as an upcoming artist so nekké di gorgorlu yaangi try nekolo di disrespect nit yi comme yaangi decent yaangi humble I think like people don't let they criticize you all they do they let they support at you but I feel like so they maybe make the name that's when people start looking at the faults time bobu la gaay buga xam comme ki waaw légui daf di dafa am pride you know hamud bopam you know time you know nga dey start di diga you know but at that point critics wasn't like that I feel like ne comme man small critics as an artist started in late 2017 buma nga bu like going into a little beef like no one come do in a beef sir become certain artists no one them a beef at center so the time bobu nonu la start di dega come couple of fans di ñu come di wambiri wow nga ki lu nekk di def mo ba mo li nga time bobu la start to feel the critics of music yeah that's when I started feeling critics of music but man buma dore we up to that point it was all good it was just people giving me courage support at you know that
but we have seen most of your songs like don't focus on the youths and little bit of love songs well actually
you know I will say I'm not very much into love songs because of like deep ties with my amak rap. You know, even though the whole love songs they sell a lot because so it's my last album. I think all the love songs you must have yepa hit. You know, from Kanasmaya, Halebi to Monamu, Body featuring Malls, Authentic Zeus at Big Banga. And I guess the song see that at the end of the day, yepa blow. Then I guess the people, especially the ladies, those are the kind of songs you have in their life. Because sometimes, once more about they come to my realization, they come to my dimensions, my social handle see, and then my checks my insights, my whole jigging you maneka they follow at go. It's like Gori, then len triple, not even double. So then I guess sometimes I mean funga balance the audience, sing for the ladies, sing for the men too as well. So that's a craft that I need to still work on that.
Okay, and you just it so we make they make sense. I'm digging like how normally write your lyrics?
Well actually I do write my own lyrics, you know, even though I'm not on all songs because like as an artist, being a bopper, like no man is an island, you know, so sometimes you know I have people composing the flows, sometimes I have people composing few lyrics here and there, you know, just to perfect myself because I'm not a smoker than deaf man kena, maybe I'm limited. But if you're working with different individuals, it helps you become unlimited because then you touch different areas and it becomes easier for you.
Okay, I'm not sure. 2016 till date, there improvement borina. Naka nga gisee music bi won ak legi. La mo nek differences?
Well, the difference is that back in 2016, problem be more near on the time bobu. It's not too many people you have yeah, because time bobu back in 2016 man buma don door bena TV station that can call Gambia fee, which is GRTS. Yeah, but then coming from 2016, 17, it's uncountable. I think we have about like 5 TVs stations that are on the satellite or whatsoever. So then I guess Lolo definitely just more exposure because they play Gambian music. So people you have you see upbeat, people you have you abroad, they are getting familiar with our faces. So Lolo is a big development for me. But then I guess with Gambian music, I'm being a problem. Gambian artists, they're still yet to unite.
Thank you.
You know, they're still yet to put their differences aside and build an industry. So hopefully one day they didn't aga for Lolo.
So long for more and a solution towards that.
Well, I don't think there's a solution. The only solution is for us to change our behaviors towards ourselves and towards certain things. You know, pride will want to put aside and then put ourselves first. So, but then Lolo, then pride will always block that unity that we are always but who's actually making a step to actually make it happen. So, yeah, Lolo problem.
When you ever challenge an artist, the problem is how to become an artist. The mind is everything. Whatever you want to be, you become. You know, some of your friends smile dance with you, but at the same time, that's the mind is everything. You dem siling hamantene mo ndey mili bilan December 14. Lan mo na xew lu lay lu touch bes boba ku len fa deug rek nelel massa lan mo na xew December 14. Hussain Dada lu waral nga tuddé album bi Louder.
Yeah, well actually one thing about man, I'm not very good at picking names for the album, because then I guess the first project Buma Defon back in 2016 was Broken Glass, even though officially Musita Gena, but I had a couple of songs you have there was fitna enough for an EP or a mixtape. Bobu Nunu, when the name was coming, actually it was great, like because man small about Broken Glass be the gel like Gambian music, Broken Glass. No matter how you gel particular put together, anga kom lu hamne dem ko dafa touch so ko put together still the nagi scars you know, so scars you know you represent Gambian music, so Bobu Nunu more Broken Glass. But ever since after Broken Glass, the money just gel any name and then just name it a project, because so whole Bad Boy Dada Lolo is because it's my own signature, it's my suma name la dal somehow, so suma nickname la dal with the fans. So the nagi ne dama jelon Bad Boy Dada create a concept out of it, which is what people judge you with and what you actually are, two different things. Because there is so many key artists that people have, they misjudge bad influence that is. So Bad Boy Dada represent that. The more the people say you are bad, try to like change that into a good reflection so that people can know it, leave misconception. Then we go to Chosen One, which is 2022. So this album to the Chosen One is because both Sokoto from Jogi, Papa from Jogi, Damfakunda, those are places you have, they are known for so many things, but they're not known for music and stuff. So with me coming out as an outstanding one, one. So I'm the chosen one from both sides. So then we came to international local. Okay, international local had the most less meaning, but it's like you are local, but everything you do has international standards. So then that left us to this fourth album, Louder. So Louder to me, so they lose my songs back in international local, and I guess the most of the songs from this start it has Louder on it. So people like the slogan. So I'm like, let me put this into a concept and then name it my fourth album. So the whole concept about the album is that everything that you were talking about, let it just be loud. If you're in a room full of silent people, be the loud one there. So it has to come out loud. So that's the whole thing. But then in every of my album, I talk about myself, my background. A couple of the albums have politics in it, and then you talk about fake friends and stuff like that. So that's what the Louder.
So what inspired its creation?
The creation of Louder, well, it has no inspiration, to be honest, because like the first song, which is the Louder, had it been was the first song we worked on, it would have had an inspiration that, okay, this was actually what inspired me to write the album. But the first song we had on the album was Thomas Shelby, featuring Antua the Sparky. So I was just getting into the album. I'm like, let me just, because we wouldn't want to leave the album, because we did album 3 years in a row. So this time around, let's just do a couple of songs and do EP. But every time we drop a song, we want to do another one. Once we do another one, we want to do another one. That's how we did it till we had 12 solid songs, and then that's actually what brought the album.
So what message do you think that listeners will take from it?
Well, actually, they will take different messages. Number one, they will get to know a deep root about myself, which is number one. Number two, about the society. Number three, about a little bit of politics, love, loss. All of these things are involved in this Louder album.
We have seen most of your albums has been launched in style. Like, December 14.
Well, December 14, this time around, I'm gonna come like normally somebody does interview. I don't like talking much because I'm a munga plan. At the end of the day, so plan be demoed accordingly, and fans might feel disappointed in that. But like they know one thing, Hussain Dada continue to show up. Like be keeps it anywhere. Energy is 100%. Don't musanyo fufunono and have a dull show. I've never done a show. Depuis 2016, I've never done a big show that people actually come and said it's a slow thing, boring show. I've never, because I'm not that kind of person. When somebody perform, I want it to be flammable. I want it to be enjoyable. I want it to be amazing. I want it to be memorable. Like when people come and then they witness what's happening, I want them to go home and talk about it, not for 2 days. I want them to talk about it for years and years to come. So that's what they're gonna expect and more.
Yeah, Q City is known as Dada City because of the crowd that you pull out. Yeah. What are we expecting this year?
Well, actually, if we are only expecting something bigger than what we did last year, what we did 2022, and what we did in 2021. Something way bigger. That's what we're looking at, because like you look at the music is evolving, and the artist has to evolve as well with the music too in general.
So can you describe the creative process behind this album?
Well, the creative process is just we just being ourselves. At the end of the day, it's me, Stylish, a little bit of acidic there, and then you have Diamond with the producers. I'm not gonna leave anybody else out there. And the artists that I have on the tape, the likes of Jizzo, Beats Guapo, Young Epps, Jiba from Senegal, and then I had a lot of upcoming artists on one song. I'm not gonna be able to name all of them because like 17, but I just give them a big shout out because they played a big part to making this album to becoming a success at the end of the day.
What are the genres and musical influences fans can hear from that day?
On the day of the show?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we'll be preaching a lot about, drug use, because this is something that I always stand against, and I feel like, most of the youths are losing their ways because of the drug use and that. So that's one thing particularly that we're going to be focusing on 100%, how to get people out of that drug zone, tell youths to be effective, tell youths to be self-sufficient, tell youths to be hardworking. These are the messages that they actually going to be
Why
getting.
do you always focus on the youths?
Well, because the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. The elders, I can say, they've already lived like almost 70, 60% of their lives. I cannot tell them anything that they haven't already witnessed or been through. But for the youths, most of them I'm older than, some of them are older than me. So those are generally the people that I speak to mostly.
So do you collaborate with any artists or producers for this project?
Yeah. That was what I was talking about. The first artist I collaborated with was Antu Adisparky. Shout outs to him. And then Stylish, all my albums is the one main sound engineer with the mixing and mastering. Yeah, Stylish production. And then I have Diamond Gidem on beats. I have J Life. I have John Weasel from Holland. And then I have Black Misfeed as well. Those are the producers that I have on the tape that are not, because like there are a couple of beats, like the song with Antu, that was a downloaded beat and I bought the beat online. So I actually don't know the producer. And then another song, Enemy Late as well. The producer, Jimmy Icepick, even though I communicate with him, he's a Nigerian, I bought the beat online as well. But the local producers are J Life, Diamond Gidem, Black Misfeed, and Master, Logic Pro, and who else? I think those are the ones, and John Weasel from Holland.
Q City has hosted your past albums. Like, not at this time, them lost in place, but you still prefer Q City?
Well, even if there was another venue, I still think I was going to prefer Q City until I feel like I'm satisfied enough with the venue, because it's not about the place or whatever. It's about where you are more comfortable at. It's about where you feel most at ease at. It's at where you feel like your fans feel you the most. Had it been there is another venue that can actually give me that vibe more than Q City, definitely we're gonna go for it. Like, and I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Okay. What has been your biggest challenge in creating and promoting this album?
Well, the biggest challenge will be the nervousness you have towards the outcome. That has always been for the past years, because sometimes, in as much as you have confidence because you've been doing this for 3 years now, but sometimes you just feel like, this year, are there going to be changes? Those things, they come, that nervousness, and then the lack of sleep, because you have to do a lot. In Gambia, once you leave it up to people, it will not work. You have to be the main guy, and then people follow. So those are all things that be actually, like draining you in most cases. But at the end of the day, alhamdulillah, we be handling it, the normal way.
How do you overcome it?
Well, how I overcome it is like not to think about it, not to think about it a lot, because like the more you think about it, the more you sink in it. Like, the more you drown in your own thoughts. So sometimes I'm like, it's normal for people to feel nervous when they have an occasion coming. So let me just deal with the nervousness and then be myself. That's all.
Are there any personal experience or stories from that album?
I have a song called Not Impressed. Back in 2022, I had a couple of my friends that actually turned their backs on me, and that, it was a kind of difficult moment because people have ups and downs in their lives. So Not Impressed is just like, it's just emphasizing more on that topic, talking about fake friends, how they will actually tell you that they got your back, and at the end of the day, they be the first one to stab you at the back, and stuff like that. So Not Impressed is one song that actually, means a lot. Like, it tells a story about, like, me and what I've been through in the past. And then you have another song called Kodo. Even though it's not generally a song about myself, but it's a song about the general public and the way money just like circulates in people's life. Like today, for example, you don't have money, people don't look at you like you are anything. They like you like a stepping stone or whatever. Like so that's why Kodo actually came and then make the Kodo with Mash Motor and the one on my album are totally different. This one is just me, is the track number 2 on the album as well.
Okay. So like, how do you feel when singing that song?
Well, I'm not impressed. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and talk because like these are things that I've already overcome. So I just let the music do the talking for me.
Like, how do you feel? So in any way, that kind of a song?
Well, it's kind of like I kind of feel emotional, because like these are generally people that means a lot to you in the past. These are people that you've actually done a lot of stuff with, So if people like that will come and then like stain your name, it actually will hurt. Like, you feel me? One way or the other. So
how do you feel your music has evolved since you first started, and how does this album reflect that growth? Well,
actually, I feel like the music is evolving in a sense that you look at every project of Hussain Dada, you see growth in it. You see the maturity, you know, he's being more mature now. You know, he's doing things the mature way. You know, you're talking, not even the lyrics, but every song you listen to, the delivery of the song will actually tell you, this guy is mastering his crowd. He's mastering his craft bit by bit. You know, and it took us step. This is what I tell every upcoming artist. You know, just because year 1 didn't work for you, year 2 didn't work, year 3 didn't work, year 4 didn't work, doesn't have to make you actually lose your balance. Like, you know, you always have to believe in yourself, keep doing you, and then one day the breakthrough will come, inshallah.
With Gambian music gaining more international attention, what are your hopes for the Gambian artists?
Well, my hopes is that we have an international recognition, but we're not having international credit, in the sense that every time we go for shows abroad, we just come back. No radio interviews, no TV interviews, you know, no video shoots and all of that. These are things that need changes. You know, so I believe, like, as time goes on, because the good thing is now, we're seeing people going abroad, doing shows, people are coming. So now let's deep into it. Once we're there, let's try to have interviews in the local, local news outlets and all of that. You know, let's do that, like radio interviews, TV interviews. These are things that will help more people know about music and that. How do you see yourself contributing to that growth? Well, I see myself, because like the problem here is to have the links, the people that will actually get you to the right connects. But bit by bit, you know, slowly but surely we'll get there. Do you still consider ST to be the #1 or the change? Because of the previous interview, ST is #1. Do you still stand there? Yeah, but I feel like for that question, a lot of people kind of got a misconception, like, you know, and then people took it out of context. You know, in a sense that if you're an artist, they recognize game. You know, ST has been somebody, like, even before I started music, I've always looked up to ST. You know, I've always been a big fan, even before I became an artist, like, you feel me? So that respect and all of that has always been there. You know, and when I said he was #1, what I meant is that when it comes to achieving in the industry, what he has achieved and what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody else achieve as he has done. And I'm still standing on that today, tomorrow, because I don't change what I say. You know, if I say something yesterday, you ask me today, I stand 10 toes on it. So I feel like whatever, because like, if we don't give him his flowers, it's not people from like outside, it's not people from other nationals that will come and give him his flowers. So I will always give flowers to who is due. So that's why, like, I feel like still what he has achieved in the music industry and what I've seen, you know, and what I've seen and how it's impacted the music, he's still up there still.
Nit ku nek lo mul rek ñu daldi la ko nangul ki nga xamantene moy Hussain Dada mu daldi len ko leral waxon na len ko ci njël ben bi mbir bi namu ci yewu ci rek la ak ñu ci bama ñu jël nit ku nek lo mu nel ne ko nangul ki nga xamantene moy ST mom leral na ne ko artiste ni ST but ku nek lo mul rek nel la ko nangul jox la ko gëddam mom nak dal la dina li leral yeen ñi wax xey ñoo xaaro li la taxon mu waxako kon nak ñu gis ki nga xamantene moy Wydee said claim that he's more lyrical than you. Are you ready for any rap battle?
If he says he's more lyrical, then if it helps him sleep good at night. You know, Wydee is my boy, like, you feel me? You know, I'm sitting here, I've never had an altercation with Wydee, I've never, like, you feel me? Like, never. And I don't think it will ever get there. If I meet Wydee right now, I go shake his hand because that's my brother. Like, you know, I want to see him succeed, I want to see him make it in life. And every time Wydee needs me for anything, he calls me, I'm there. Anytime I need him for anything, I call him, he's there. That's my brother. You know, so I don't see any amount of internet falls or whatever that will actually come in between. Like, you understand my point? That's my brother. Like, this is how we create an industry, becoming one, not to be coming and talking down on each other. I cannot come in an interview and talk down on my brother. Like, you understand? Unless there is a beef between me and that person. But as I met Wydee, last time I met him was in the studio at Stylish. We were there with a couple of Jamaican artists or whatever. You know, we were all good. We were communicating. Me and him, we were having a communication like bro to bro. You know, so like if people have to come to me and be like, do you have a problem with Wydee? I'm like, I cannot recall it. If I have a problem with you, I need to know that I have a problem with you. But that's my brother, man. I don't have a problem with that, man.
Yeah, we have seen like Hussain Dada is like, it's so respectful, cool artist, civilized, like like all those things.
Well, actually, that's me. The timing though, I'm gonna like. I'll give a shout out to my mom for that. Like, you know, she has always like she has always taken care of me in a sense that she doesn't play with discipline. She doesn't play with neatness. She doesn't play with like, you know, your general hygiene. You know, so that kind of helped me because like even back in high school, the same way I go to school, that's the same way I go back home. I'll go to school clean. I'll go back home clean. That's who I've always been. So shout out to my mom for that.
Okay, shout out to our mom. Not only yours. What do you consider to be your greatest achievement in life?
My son.
Wow.
Yeah, my son, that's my greatest achievement in life. That's the biggest blessing that has ever happened to me. That's why every time I look at him, you know, I just feel emotional because like, it's so real, like, it's like unreal, like, you feel me? That kind of blessing, but you gotta give thanks to the Most High. So that's my biggest achievement in life.
Okay. Loolu am na solo. Mbir mi nag lan la December 14 ma daal di ko fàttali ko foofu nga xamante ne mooy accusité yéen ñëpp fansi Dada yi képp ki nga xamante ne yaa ngi si àdduna bi rek ñëw leen ngeen daal di féete li nga xamante ne mooy album ñu daal di dugg si li nga xamante rek moo nekk Hussain Dada moom nag mu doon def li nga xamante ne moo nekkoon ay Europe too dem dëkk daal di am expérience am yu bëri nag ñu daal di ko laajte lan la mu am naka la gisee woon foofu parce que Gambie nag nekk na dëkk boo xam ne neexut a wax waaye it's hard but like ñu laajte ko moom naka la gisee differences between Gambia ak yeneen dëkk yi. Hussain, what was the feeling during that Europe tour?
Well, actually, it was beautiful, you know, but it taught me one thing is that there is no place like home. You know, like, you know, Gambia, in as much as we said it's difficult and all of that, but Gambia to me is still the best place on planet Earth to live in. You know, so when I went there, I met people like amazing people, you know, people that I connect with, people that are like my family now, people that I didn't used to know before. You know, so that was the most beautiful thing about it. Like, let's even put the performances aside. You know, the performance just makes it more good, like, because to perform in different audience, different set of people and that's beautiful. But the way the people were treating me, that's what actually blew my mind.
You're like,
most.
yeah, I'm loved.
Yeah, exactly. They were showing big time love.
And that mo nekk sa njëlbéen yoon nga doon def li nga xamante ne mooy European tour.
Well, I did one last year, you know, in Germany, Italy, Amsterdam, and then this is the second time going to UK.
What is the difference between last year and this year?
The difference is this one is a festival. You have a gala dinner in a festival. The other ones are just me doing club shows and that. So in a festival that you have to perform in front of thousands of people. With the High Commissioner was there as well. You know, Madam Bensouda. Shout outs to her. You know, one of the highest figures that Gambia has ever produced. You know, looking at your performance, and then we did a quick tour towards the office, and then she was encouraging us, telling us, you know, to be one. You know, and then these are the things that we want to live on. Like, you know, we don't want to be here to separate each other. We want to be here to connect and then see, you know, we're gonna take this music and Gambia much further in that.
Yeah, analyze the experience, like the support between Europe and Gambia. The experience.
Well, the difference is it's not much, you know, because it's the same love that they show in here that they show in there. But the difference is that maybe there people can be open and tell you that, like, you know, take this back home, take this back home. You feel me? I believe that's the only difference between that. But apart from that, they show the same love.
What was your major challenge you faced in the Europe tour? The major challenges that you faced?
Well, I don't think I can remember though, if there is any, you know, but I don't think so. I don't think I can remember of any challenges that I had there. I believe the only challenge will be, you know, if we're traveling now, people have to start, like, you know, considering us more higher, you know, booking first class tickets or business tickets for us instead of economy. That's the only, apart from that, I don't really think there's any other thing that's more challenging.
waaye nag dinañ daal di laajte suñu ñaari questions rek ñu daal di tëj li nga xamante ne mooy interview bi dinaa leen di fàttali ko ba tey rek December 14 Q City ñëw leen ngeen féete ki nga xamante ne mooy seen artiste seen mag seen xarit Hussain Dada ngeen daal di ko ñëw aseti bad boy Dada Hussain Dada su nekkoon nag doon change anything to the music industry lan am doon doon.
Well, I just changed the ego problems. You know, artistry, ego problems, you know, artistry and the envy, because, like, you know, in any field, once you see your peers doing better than you, then they envy. Lolo is normal. But envy, put it into good use in working hard to be where they are. Don't use the envy, don't use the envy, don't go into jealousy and hate. Lolo more than a problem before. Come from envy in it, I will work hard to get it. I'm not going to go to this destroy it for that person. So that's the most thing number one thing I'll change about the Gambian.
So, like you say, producers in Gambia.
Well, yeah, we producers are doing their things though. You know, and then one surprising thing about this year, 2024, is like I've seen so many amazing talents.
Okay.
You know, I've seen so many amazing talents come. Like it shows me that like the music has a bright future. You know, you look at Asidik, Antua the Sparky, you know, Malls, Pa Ibu, EDI, Askia, Lil Carl, Lil Palm, Skelter, AB Styles, you know, Lil Asasi, Classic T. Like there is a whole lot of talents, but to name a few, you know, Skyper. These boys are coming with wildfire. So 2025 is going to be so competitive. I'm not even talking about us at the top level. I'm talking about this guys, like, because look at this year, look at the hit songs like Antu, Asidik, Malls. These guys are going like crazy. Young Epps, like, you know, they moving crazy. So it's about who's going to speed up to catch who, you know. But one thing I'll pray for them is not to start envying and hating each other like it happened with us, like it happened with the ones before us. I'm just praying, because that's why I have a song on the album that I feature 17 upcoming artists. And on the video shoot, we were all just vibing, because I want to create that connection between them so that they can take it from there.
So what advice I'm saying upcoming artists?
Well, the only advice is to work hard. You know, just work hard, be yourself. You know, if you're having a bad year today, I've had a much worse year than you in 2018. I've had a much worse year than you in a year after that, but still I didn't quit, and I'm still here today. So if I can do it, you can do it as well.
Okay, if I can do it, you're doing as well. Kon ni leen koy defee di daal di tëj li nga xamante ne mooy seen show bi. This is Celeb with ay Fatou Joof ak suma caméra man bu ñaar bi di Sanyang Ba ak ki nga xamante ne mooy Adel Dieng. Gis ñu bàyyi la nga tàggatoo ak sa fans yi. Donc fàttali leen xew-xew bu mag bi December 14.
Yeah, so na fans all be mbal be konto na bantaje mba folale ko alla bolo Hussain Dada alla support wala tin nabi mfuta dame so mba folale nyame comme al dalta kala nyame rek Gambian music go support manke Hussain Dada da mati ala continue pour ka Gambian music go support, because Gambian music go without Atel atita dulato. So Atel la support le katin and telfan can move. So on the 14th of December, inshallah, Q City economy mudada city Q na hewdole soto je koteke ma fa me lauda mole kulli kan on the 14th of December. So balbe invite kan Gambia kara den dengol bela from Carton for Koina mo mobile invite kan mo motu banta. So I'll be na comme dalta kala nyaming every year, every end of year na luolo Q City kono alfana me fankinim folale wala ali stay blessed, ali stay positive na nyoma ko kanyim banko samba nyata la baraka bake.
Pare menu one of your favorite song freestyle ñu dal di tej program.
Kacol bu ka maman jang nin kulu kumbal nata ay kacol bu ka fiti jang nin kulu kumbal nata ay yewuro moy dawoda dadani boysole nata ay nin tata dawoda ay kan ko wolle sata lim farman sarri moy ka fo sulu wonin sang bad boy dada bijan ka rapal ko wol yele sango sang tol ko fo nyabo on tol dimba wo bu ka fano nyin rapal ko no hani moliti je men sen tol simpa nyata no ko kato ngamira tela asembe tela ajisela tela sako sing boy malle tela alkal na fo man ko way punto sako king ay mbenyin gemo kono e safo mesenin Chris ndo kel jisole bukata no e beka danu Chris ay meta gemo kono e kwekanto lesis ndo kel killing red card e ka for selki Chris sate beka sate
bye on them bye.